cage match, Heather and Miles versus Winslow. Are you ready? I'm ready! I'm ready! I'm ready! I'm ready! I'm ready! In tonight's cage match, we have a very exciting match for you. We have Heather and Miles who have won 10 in a row. That is a full decade worth of wins. They have become a cage match legacy, but tonight they face a very tough challenger, Winslow. They are not a stranger to the UCB stage, but they are a stranger to the UCB cage match. How will they do tonight? Well, let's check in with the audience to see who their favorite is tonight.
Heather and Miles.
Heather and Miles.
Heather and Miles. Heather and Miles.
Heather and Miles, hands down.
Yeah! And they're always amazing.
Unbeatable. They're legendary.
I mean, they're 10-0. What are you gonna do?
Winslow, man.
Winslow.
Winslow, underdogs.
I do have to appreciate the pattern game opening of Winslow, since they are the only team in the history of man to ever actually make me want to watch the pattern game.
What if they don't do the pattern game tonight?
Then they got nothing.
It's time to move on. It's time for some new champions to get in there.
In tonight's competition, Winslow, your challengers will be going first, followed by your champions, Heather and Miles. Now, let's check out some show highlights and see who won the show tonight.
I call it a bomb threat! We are getting school off!
Mrs. H called it a bomb threat?
Yeah, what now? Mrs. H, and you know what, thanks for that. That might be the key to not having child 15.
That this homosexual here was innocent of any crime whatsoever. How you doing, darling? You're pretty as a damn. Pretty girl.
Jeff, if there was ever a person on the whole planet who told it like it was Jeff Wazaski, dude.
The only dude that wears boxers and briefs.
I'm gay.
This bunker
Yes.
was designed in case there was an invasion.
I know.
I'm the President of the United States.
You understand why, because if I'm gonna tell the president, nobody can hear us.
Why? What the fuck difference does it make? Why are you telling me? I barely know you. You're a security officer. Grabbed me and said, Mr. President, we must go.
Over here, there's just an awful Brazzers ad of a girl just fucking getting, like, ruined. It's awful.
Out here, there is a University of Phoenix ad.
I'm the last anchor. I'm the last person you see. Even... What I want to say, I want to say, go!
Facing Orpheus Roy next week will be Heather and Miles! And that's 11 wins for Heather and Miles as they defeat another challenger. How do they beat Winslow tonight? Let's check in with Jonny Svarzbein, the Tim Russert of Improv, down in the Improv locker room.
Thanks, Harrison. What we had here was a classic tale of Winslow versus... Thanks, Harrison. What we had here was a classic tale of Winslow versus Win Fast. We had our challengers Winslow going up first, and they got the suggestion of Leap Day, which they used in a deconstruction, where the first scene was high school students hanging out with their pathetic teacher under the bleachers. We met Gillo, who was dying of harsh AIDS in a week. We met Barry Lesnar, Brock Lesnar's son, who we beat up in the parking lot, and Mrs. H, the pathetic teacher. Then we saw a weird, shitty Jamaican cruise. We saw jerking off to a kid beating up his dad. We saw Gillo call back into a super lame bucket list, and they ended up with a deconstructed scene callback where Barry Lesnar framed Mrs. H for a murder, and then Gillo spat AIDS into her wounds. It was great set by our challengers. They were our champions, Heather and Miles coming up second. They got suggestion of Armageddon, which they used in the first scene, which was a doomsday sex promise. Then we saw a video game where you're a chick, and that's it. A subterranean call coming out to the president into a courtroom scene into a dueling Southern lawyers. We met a creepy army veteran bathroom bathroom attendant. Then they ended it all with a doomsday sex promise callback into an unsexy off, into a tit cutoff, into a final broadcast, into a cartoonish sounding Force Horseman, into a horrific beheading execution. What happened in the end? Our champions pull it out again for 11 in a row and remain your UCB LA Cage Match champions. For UCB LA Cage Match, Jonny Sportsman reminding you that anything can happen in a cage match.
Thanks, Johnny. Now, Heather and Miles are on a roll. They are on fire. They are on a brickstone. They are on a jelly roll. They are on an avalanche of wins. Will this keep going on? Well, next week they will face a brand new challenger, a challenger that is familiar with Cagematch, but not the UCB Cagematch. Orpheus Roy is going to be taking on Heather and Miles next week. That's next Wednesday at 11 p.m. at the UCB Theatre. You can make your reservations online. Be sure that you do, because this is going to be a show you're not going to want to miss, so be sure that you do. Now, if you did happen to miss this week's show and you want to see even more highlights from the show, click on the links below, or if you'd like to see my Maniac tirade in the monologue, you can check that out as well. So, until next week, make your reservations and keep on rocking.
Keep that fucking pattern game, Winslow. Keep it!